All right. Ready for a deep dive into crafting compliments?
I'm ready.
Today, we're looking at, get this, an advice piece called Things to Tell a Woman to Make Her Like You Instantly.
Hmm.
Catchy, right? But there's actually some pretty good stuff in here, even if the title is a bit much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So are we decoding what makes a compliment really work?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the first things that stood out was, going beyond just saying, like, you look nice.
Right.
It's about, like, digging deeper than surface level compliments.
It makes you think, why do those deeper ones hit differently?
I think it's because we all, like, want to be seen for who we really are, not just, our outward appearance.
Right. Yeah. It's like anyone can say you look good, but when someone notices your, I don't know, your sense of humor or how hard you work, it feels different.
Like they get you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get this. The source highlights the compliment. You make me better.
Oh, wow.
It's so simple, but it's, like, powerful.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to have a positive impact, right? To know they're making a difference.
And it implies growth. Like, the relationship itself helps both people become better.
I like that.
And then there's this gem, there's only one of you.
I like that one.
In a world that's all about fitting in, that's huge.
Oh, yeah, totally. We're constantly told who we should be and what we should look like.
So to be told you're unique, that's special.
Makes you stand out, for sure. And those compliments, the ones that surprise you, those are the ones that stick.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. The source says you have to be specific.
Specific. Huh?
Like, don't just say, you're so smart, give an example.
Right, because, like, our brains are wired for stories. We remember specifics way better than just general ideas.
So instead of you're a great artist, you'd say something like, the way you use color, it's like, you can see the emotion in it.
Yeah, exactly. That shows you're paying attention, really looking at their work.
Not just throwing out compliments.
Right, and things get a bit tricky with, well, complimenting appearance. Especially, with all the pressure on women.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You don't want to make it seem like you're just, objectifying them.
It's a fine line, for sure. It's about appreciating their beauty, but in a respectful way.
So the source suggests, like, connecting their looks to an inner quality.
Okay, I'm listening.
Instead of you're hot, you could say your eyes, they, like, sparkle with intelligence.
Ah, I see. You're still acknowledging their looks, but you're also seeing something deeper.
Right. And I think that's a key takeaway. A great compliment isn't about flattery. It's about truly seeing the person.
Yeah, and celebrating what makes them special.
Exactly.
So have you had some time to, like, think about compliments you've gotten that really stuck with you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. One that pops into my head is a colleague told me once, you have this way of making even the most complicated stuff sound, like, easy to understand.
What was it about that one that made it, stick?
I've always loved taking complex ideas and making them, like, accessible to everyone.
Okay.
So hearing that it made me feel like, wow, I'm actually doing something that matters.
It validated your passion.
Totally. And it's funny because the source we're looking at, it actually talks about how important it is to acknowledge someone's effort and passion. One compliment they suggest is, you're amazing at what you do.
It's simple, but I don't know, it works.
Yeah. And it's not just about their job, right? It could be like a hobby they're really into or, anything they put their heart into.
Right. Like, think about your partner. What are they really good at? Maybe they're a fantastic cook or, I don't know, they can fix anything around the house.
Yeah. Acknowledging those things, it shows you're paying attention to all the different parts of who they are.
Not just, like, the obvious stuff.
Right. Okay. But the source also says to, like, be careful about focusing too much on appearance, especially in romantic relationships.
Right. It's about finding that balance between appreciating their beauty, but, without making it seem superficial.
So instead of, like, you look great, we should try to connect their looks to something deeper.
Yeah, like you could say, when you smile, it lights up the whole room.
Yeah.
You're still acknowledging their looks, but you're also highlighting their positive energy.
It's like saying, I see your beauty, but I'm also drawn to, the warmth and joy you radiate.
I like that.
It reminds me of this time someone told me, you have such a calming presence. And I was like, wow, I never thought about it that way.
And I bet that made you feel really good.
It did. It made me realize that, like, my presence could have a positive impact on people. And, it just reinforced the idea that a good compliment, it goes beyond the surface.
Totally. And that brings us to, like, a really important point. Sincerity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you don't mean it, the compliment just falls flat.
It's got to come from the heart.
Ah.
Like you genuinely admire and appreciate the person.
Sometimes it's not even the words, it's like the feeling behind them.
Like you can say, I'm so proud of you, but if you don't mean it, it doesn't have the same impact.
It's about, like, conveying that you truly believe in them.
Exactly. You know what? It reminds me of a story.
This is making me think about a time back in high school. I was, like, totally stuck on this math problem.
Oh, yeah.
I was ready to just give up. But my teacher, he said, you have a way of thinking outside the box. Don't be afraid to, like, try a different approach.
And I bet that little nudge made all the difference.
It totally did. It was like suddenly I had permission to, think differently. It wasn't about being good at math. It was about, like, using my own unique way of solving problems.
And that's what's so cool about compliments, right? They can be so empowering.
Totally. And as we're wrapping up this deep dive, I think it's important to remember that giving good compliments, it's a skill.
Yeah, it's something you can get better at with practice. Paying attention to people, really seeing them.
So how do we, like, put all this into action? We've been talking about compliments we've received, but how can we, give those kinds of compliments to others?
Well, think about the people in your life, your friends, family, whoever. What are their strengths? What are they passionate about?
It's about going beyond the surface.
Exactly. And then when you give a compliment, be specific. Like if your friend is an amazing cook, don't just say, this is good. Tell them what you love about it.
Like the way you season this chicken, it's like perfect.
Yeah. Or you always manage to make the most creative dishes with like whatever's in the fridge.
Those little details, they show you're really paying attention.
And remember, sometimes a compliment can be like the perfect pick-me-up. If someone's having a tough time, a few words of encouragement can go a long way.
It's like saying, hey, I see you and I believe in you.
And don't forget about, nonverbal compliments. A hug, a smile, those things matter too.
It's about showing your appreciation in, like, all the different ways you can.
Exactly. At the end of the day, a compliment is a gift.
It really is.
It's a way to share your positive energy, make someone feel good.
And in a world that can be, pretty tough sometimes, a compliment can be like a little ray of sunshine.
So go out there and spread some sunshine, folks. Compliment everyone, your friends, your family, even strangers.
You never know how much a few kind words can impact someone. And the more we practice this, the more we create a world where everyone feels seen and appreciated.
I love that.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.